Good morning and welcome to this Monday edition of the Uninformed Fan. It's a somber day for Bears fans, but there's plenty to rejoice about. You could be a Texans or Bills fans. Jeffrey, how are we doing this morning on this fabulous Monday?
I think the future's bright for all three of these teams, so I don't think there's any need to trash any other fan bases.
Oh, I'm trashing some fan bases. I'm not trashing the fan base. I'm going to trash the team. I can't wait to get into that. But first of all, let's start off with the Buffalo Bills. Breaking news this morning. Sean McDermott is out as the Bills head coach. Jeffrey kind of preluded to this a little bit. Over the years, he didn't feel that Sean McDermott was a very good coach, even though he's taken them to the playoffs numerous times. And I think that we could agree that this year was a roster that just was going to depend on Josh Allen being Superman the entire time. And unfortunately, Josh Allen was not Superman the entire time, and therefore Sean McDermott is gone. Jeff, special thoughts coming out of Buffalo. Sean McDermott, gone.
Yeah, I mean, I've been asking for this for a little while now. But it's good to see it finally come to fruition. I don't think Sean McDermott is a bad coach. So let me preface it with that. I just think that he mismanaged a lot of late game, in-game situations at the very end. And I just felt like he wasn't a guy who was, at the end of the day, pushing them over the edge. He wasn't a plus. He wasn't a minus. He was just a guy. And so, to me, I feel like I don't want to waste Josh Allen's career.
Yeah, I think that this is where we're at, right? This is where we're at in the NFL. What are the expectations? As I said before, the expectation is just not to make it to the playoffs for certain teams. And
that is true, Jeremy. Happy MLK Day to everybody. I forgot that it was.
Yeah, very, very nice MLK Day down. Remember all the good things that Mr. King did.
We can remember the negatives as well too.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about that. Just that top. Let's talk about this real quick before we get on to the actual games. Who do you think is going to be the best fit in Buffalo?
I mean, Dayball would be interesting going back.
Did John Harbaugh sign too early?
No. I think Harbaugh is right where he wants to be in New York City. I like the build and makeup of what they have going on there in terms of ancillary pieces a little bit better than I like what's going on in Buffalo right now. So Buffalo just seems like in a certain sense, an aging roster, guys who are kind of pieced together to try to, I don't know, put lipstick on a pig. I feel like they got to get better in the O-line. They got to get better on the D-line. They need weapons for Josh. They need a lot. So
I as everybody knows, I love Get Up in the mornings, right? I love Get Up on ESPN. I love Greeny, and I especially love the Monday Crew with Dan O and Rex Ryan. And, Rexy's over there beating his chest, bro. You know he wants to have come into the Buffalo Bills?
Him?
No. Although he said that he would. Yeah, he did say that. Bill Belichick comes in as the head coach. Brian Daboll comes back as the offensive coordinator / head coach in waiting, and they run it back like that. I mean, on paper, it sure does look good. I mean, you have obviously Bill Belichick brings in whatever he brings in. Brian Daboll, who's the only one that had success with Josh Allen, runs the offense. You can shake it all you want. Let me finish the statement.
Go ahead.
And then becomes the coach in waiting. The biggest thing that I don't think that I understand here is I know that the offensive coordinator, what's his name again?
Joe Brady.
And a lot of people are putting him as, he's the leading candidate. And to me, well, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't understand. I've never understood if it's bad enough to fire the head coach, then why is a secondary coach enough to take over the reins? Especially when
I don't mind the argument. Joe Brady was also the orchestrator with the Joe Burrow-led LSU team back in the day. So, he's been floated around for a lot of things. He's had success. Their offense has not really been the problem. I mean, you put up 30 points on Denver. What are we talking about? And that's with 4 turnovers by Josh Allen. I thought Josh was objectively not very good.
He was not. Now, there's no need to be objectively.
I think that Josh has a lot going on. And I think that next year is going to be the Bills' year, in my opinion. I think that once Josh has the baby,
let me ask you this. Okay, if next year's going to be the year, and the defense was the issue, why fire the head coach? Why not do a Todd Bowles situation, especially in this cycle, right? Where to your point with Florida State, you don't fire the coach in the middle of all of these other jobs that are right. Illustrious and which Buffalo will be. But if it was just, and I think we can both agree, it was the defense was the biggest issue. Josh Allen did more, and Sean McDermott did more with the personnel that they had than was even expected. So that's the case. Why not keep him? Do a Todd Bowles scenario where you overhaul the defense, you make some moves, you bring in a receiver, and you run it back. I mean, at the end of the day, the coach has done nothing but win. It's not like, a mediocre Mike where he's going 8-8 and getting into playoffs or 5, So if that's the point, Jeff, and it's only one more way, why are we making a head coach change now?
I think it's easy to make a clean break here as well, too. When you're going to move into a new stadium, there's going to be new beginnings that you have going on with your football team next year. So I think this is more of a let's start fresh and let's get it going for next year. And like I said, I'll like the Bills next year because I feel like they're going to be undervalued from where they are, and the Patriots will probably be a little bit overvalued for where they are as well, too. So
last point on this, you mentioned starting fresh. Is it fresh bringing Brian Daboll back?
No, not at all. Yeah, everything that
they have a lot of roster issues.
I agree they are old and slow, but I think you can overturn that roster, and I think Josh Allen is still the best quarterback in the NFL. And I think they can do it because they do have some pieces that are okay. When you talk about Benford, when you talk about AJ, when you talk about Deion Dawkins, they have some good guys on the team. It's just not all together right now. So
I guess with that being said, if we can all agree that that roster has a lot of issues, maybe that's the point right there. Maybe it's we don't let him around, or we don't keep him around to rebuild this roster. Let's move into something else. So we'll see what happens. Well, let's get into it. Let's start off fresh with the Sunday games. Obviously, the Rams going to Chicago Field for what a thriller of a game. Weather was definitely an impact no matter what you want to talk about. The Bills continue to outperform, kick outside their coverage, whatever you want to call it. Game on the line. They had the opportunity again, but they did fall short this time, 20-17 in overtime. It was an absolute thriller. I told the wife going into the game, if they win, that's great. If they don't, I'm not going to be upset. And, the way that it went down and the way that it lost, I was slightly frustrated. I'm not going to lie. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of questionable calls by Ben Johnson. We had interceptions by Caleb, which we're going to dive into, that I don't feel like was just on him. But then, of course, we had the absolute Superman plays to get him in to just the position to begin with. So let's start off with this and this amazing throw here. I shouldn't I shouldn't be surprised by crap anymore, I guess. But at the same token, like what this play is happening, I'm like,
you're
where are you
hiking
going?
the ball from the 14-yard line, and you're drifting back and throwing it from the 40.
Like right here, I'm like, get rid of it. No. Oh, the 40-yard line, falling backwards and finds Cole Kmet in the back of the end zone. Like, are you kidding me with this guy? And I'm telling you this right now. I mean, this is part of the things that you see. This is year 2, right? Unless something happens to the point where he falls off like CJ Stroud, which we're definitely going to get into. I mean, my God, this is year 2. Basically, you might as well call it year 1 with offensive tutelage. This is year 1. Last year he had no. Wow. Just wow. Couple of interceptions there. We had the back to DJ Moore in overtime. And I'm putting that one square on DJ Moore. There is a little bit that can be said about some of the miscommunications. Maybe he thought it was a down and go route where it was supposed to be an out route. Whatever it is, he stopped running. I don't know if he was tired. I don't know. But when you're option 1, you cannot give up on a play, especially when your quarterback is literally doing the things that Caleb Williams has done. I fully actually expect them to move on from DJ Moore. When I'm starting to look at their salary cap for next year, it's a little sketch. I do believe we're about $4 million over the cap at this point. DJ Moore is going to be one of the bigger hits. I think that he's gone. I really do. As much as an up-down it is, I think Luther Burden in there, obviously Roma Dunze and Colson Lowe, all on rookie contracts, including Caleb Williams, and we're already kind of in cap hell. I don't think that that's a good winnable format. You're especially going to need some stuff on the defensive side. And I fully expect DJ Moore to be moved, honestly. Can't happen.
Played pretty well.
Defense played out of their minds. 17 points. We all said this was going to be an absolute shootout. It was absolutely not. The way that they took away Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, I don't know how much they had, but did combine for 100 yards together. I don't think so. They did give up a little bit on the run game. That was where they kind of gashed them a little bit. But back to the Williams interceptions. Then we had the other one. I can't remember exactly who it was through. Luther Burden is supposed to be going to a down and out route to hold that defender down. Instead, he streaks up and puts the defender right into Caleb Williams to where he gets that pick as well. Both of those picks, in my opinion, are on the receivers on that one. He had the early one, fourth down, which we talked about already. Ben's questionability as far as taking points. I understand from 50-some yards with that win, but I do believe they were on like the 20-yard line. That would have been a 35, 38-yard. I absolutely feel like you didn't take the points. I also understand making a statement, and I also understand you didn't know that your defense was going to play like this. Let's be honest. Nobody thought that the Chicago Bears were holding the LA Rams to 17 points in regulation. That was wild, with no turnovers, by the way. That was wild. But I feel like, again, this is a learning curve. Caleb said it at the end. I loved his end of the game press conference where he talks about, you wouldn't put the blame, but, this is the first time here that we've got a lot to learn from this, and I can't wait to get back to it next year. I mean, the sky's the limit for Chicago, guys. I said it numerous times. I'll say it again. You won a playoff this year. You weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. Nobody had you in the playoffs. You won the North. And you beat the Green Bay Packers twice, 3 times, and the most important one to send them home in the playoffs. This guy's absolutely bright. So let's get into it, Jeffrey. We both talked about this in the fourth quarter, right? Right before they scored that touchdown. As soon as the Bears got the ball kicked off, I sent it to Cousin Clay. You put it on the group text. When they score here, do we go for 2? Jeff, I know that your initial thoughts were probably going for 2. Let me answer this question. Should Ben Johnson have gone for it for 2 to win the game at the very end?
I mean, it's a tough argument to not go for it for 2, especially when you're so pedal to the metal the entire game, right? When you don't take the points when you can in the first quarter multiple times on field goals. So it is interesting to have it so throttled up and go for the most fourth downs, I think, in playoff history, I believe, if I saw that correctly. And then throttle it back and say, we're going to go to OT. Now, hindsight's 2020. The decision was correct. Right. They came out. The defense is playing great. They end up stopping LA. They get the ball back. You're coming down. You're almost in field goal range already when Caleb.
You only needed 15 yards. Top.
Right.
One first down. You win.
Yeah. So I don't mind the decision at all. In that moment, it didn't feel like it was the right spot to go for 2. It felt like they had all the momentum in the world. That they were rolling, everything was fine. The stadium, dude, listen to it before the game. First of all, national anthem, shout out, phenomenal. That guy killed it. Also, the fact that they're playing
good when Jim Cornelius comes in from the Blackhawks side. He's the Blackhawks anthem.
Okay, I saw him with the big ring on. So I was wondering.
Yeah, that's his cup.
That and playing We Ready as well too, with the entire stadium singing it before the game was like goosebumps and chills moment.
For sure.
But I don't mind the decision at all from Ben to take it to OT right there, especially with the way the defense is playing, especially in hindsight, knowing that you're going to stop them, get the ball back, come down, and have a chance. It's just if DJ Moore keeps on running the route and doesn't absolutely stop, it's not a pick. So,
but I'm also going to push back a little bit there on the play calling. We both just said it. You needed 1 first down, and
he could have throttled it down. Yeah, he was.
We did not need it, and this. Something that I think with Caleb that we have to kind of turn into as far as next year in his progression, because I was saying it all night long, the back that was coming out of the backfield whenever nobody was guarding him.
No,
the wheel out was open all night long. The check down was open all night long, and I get it. There was a lot of drops from the Bears receivers, and the downfield open. But I'm a big fan of just taking that check down when there's nobody within 15 yards of the running back, giving him open space, just like they did at the beginning with DJ Moore on that short little reversal that he ended up getting like 25, 35 yards. That was the same type of play. And that had been open the entire time. I would have loved to have seen them finally exploit that in that position. You don't need it. You don't need the home run play here, guys. We're playoffs now. We're not, playing against, the Vegas Raiders in the middle of the season. Every down counts. And I didn't really just agree with the Ben Johnson play calling on a lot of stuff, honestly. I thought that it was relatively unimaginable, if that's a phrase. I thought it was pretty pedestrian, like we're just going to drop Caleb back. Very rarely did they ever have him rolling out, using his legs And we talked about this numerous times, how he's just one of the best quarterbacks when you get him outside the pocket. And they literally just took him in there and stood him up in the pocket the entire game. Run game was really abysmal. There was nothing going on. They kept trying to run it up the middle. Very rarely did they try to bust it outside. DeAndre Swift did get to the corners a few times. I think that the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, are definitely going to learn from this back in all of the video that they get to review. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. And to Chad's point right here, yeah, I mean, I'll like them, but their odds are not going to be worth betting on anything. You're absolutely right. No. It's just that's just a spot to be in to be a Bears fan.
Well, especially with, we know that sustainability in terms of winning close games like that is not really something that correlates year over year. We've seen regression back to the mean many, many times with teams that win games like that. So is that sustainable? No, absolutely not. So
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It'd be very interesting to see. I've been talking about Max Crosby forever, right? Did you Max Crosby tweeted out, "Oh my God," on Twitter. You should see that everything in there. That's your QB1 next year. This is your, and that's honestly what they need. And to Chad's point, if for somehow maybe you put a DJ Moore and 2 first rounders for Max Crosby to the Vegas Raiders for next year, and that's a deal I would absolutely make, 100%. I think if you could get an edge rusher like him, the future is going to be bright. But let's talk about the other side of the ball. The LA Rams do. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think too, you got to adjust the line because the things that you thought, Montez Sweat, Gervonta Dexter Jr., they haven't really panned out. And they need help in that. Now, Brisker played his absolute ass off.
Brisker had a game. Gordon's still a little not 100%. Jalen Johnson's not 100%. We didn't get the best out of Gordon.
But I thought Gordon was good as well too.
Brisker was flying around.
Bro, he was all over the field. It was a joy to watch. But yeah, I thought from the maybe defense. With the defense completely healthy, it's a different story. But
I agree, though. We need some Booker come on as an edge rusher as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you do something like that. Booker on a rookie deal. Maybe you give him DJ Moore or maybe you give him Montez Sweat and a first rounder. And then keep Booker on the other side. To your point, I mean, the good thing is, man, we have a coach and we have a quarterback, and that's something that we have not had in Chicago in decades. Yeah. So at the end of the day, bro, it's bear down, and we will be back next year. And I fully expect the Packers to come out strong next year as well.
I think Ben will learn from this. We mentioned it, throttling back the play calling a little bit, and that very end situation, and also just taking the points when you can in a playoff game, especially playing the LA Rams. If you get down there, you do not have to go for it on 4th down every single time. You can kick a field goal. You have Cairo Santos. I would like for them to see them. I mean, I know Cairo was okay, but you got to have a guy who can kick the ball through the end zone on a kickoff as well too.
The only I said the same thing, right? And a couple of the Bears fans have pushed back is like, yeah, that is very important. However, having a guy that knows Soldier Field, the wins, and how to play that field is more important than having somebody that can kick out. And then, of course, my thing pushback was, can't they learn that? Just like Cairo Santos learned that, Yeah, I agree. I think that they can.
What was the other thing I saw too with the language? You mentioned Soldier Field, and so I was thinking about the stadium and everything going on with that. And I understand that they're, maybe trying to move it now to Indiana, and have it be more of like a complex. But did I see that correctly? That if they kept it in Chicago, they would have to pay like $100 million a year in property taxes.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. The city of Chicago is 100% reeling. Governor, the blob Pritzker is absolutely back all of his statements because, originally he had said if the Bears want a new stadium, they have to pay off the previous balance. So that's when the Bears are like, okay, F you. Now he's completely walking that back, saying that doesn't need to be done. It's a tough situation here, man. It really is. I honestly, again, seeing all of the clips of the people of Chicago, people just honking horns driving down the street. Would that continue? Of course it would continue, but I don't know, man. I feel like you take a little air out of the sails out of the entire city if you move that stadium outside of Chicago. And that goes for Arlington Heights as well.
I think I saw that the most any other professional sports team pays in property taxes $8 million a year. And the Bears would be on the hook for over $100 million in property taxes if they kept the stadium where they want it in Chicago, because of language they just put into some,
which is weird. Also, I don't even think
like
they
that.
own Soldier Field, to be honest. The city owns it. Maybe Jeremy can try give me a little thing on that. I think the city owns that. The Bears do not own it, which is very interesting.
It's also it just sucks too, because you're building such momentum here. You know, like the team has hope. You've gotten into a place where you have life, and you know it just sucks that now this is something that's in the background. And
well, here's another thing that I didn't put into account when I was talking about PSL prices is I've spoken to a couple of season ticket holders that have PSLs. They have to pay the difference. So when we talk about me being on the Bears season ticket waiting list for 20 years, what had happened is, these tickets have been passed down. It's owned by the Chicago Park District, aka the state and all that, the city. Yeah. These tickets have been passed down for generations. These tickets have been paid off PSL wise for generations. So I don't know how that equates to, if it was a $5,000 license and now your seat is $25,000, if you have to come up with the difference. But I know that it doesn't just translate over, because they were already talking about, they got the email that I got, and where their tickets are now, they can't afford them. So that's another nut shot to the Bears fans who have sold out the stadium pretty much every game, been there throughout the thick and thin. And now that we're actually good, they're going to say, okay, well, we're going to a new stadium with some more money if you want to continue supporting the Chicago Bears. It's a complete mess, bro. Complete mess. In my opinion, they figure out a way to get some renovations done at Soldier Field, add some more seats, figure it out, keep it there. You figure out a way for the fans to be able to tailgate, and you move on. The Illinois, the city of Chicago is just run like dog shit. It's the highest property taxes in the union, one of the highest tax rates. Tax. They're still down money. They still have taxes on tolls on roads that have been paid off for years. It is probably one of the most corrupt governments in the world. And it does not surprise me at all that the Chicago Bears want to get the hell out of it. And I think that's pretty much what it boils down to. But who knows? Who am I, Jeff? Who am I?
You are the uninformed fan.
I am the uninformed fan. The Houston Texans going to the New England Patriots, and this is the game that we all had circled. Texans by a mile. Texans that. CJ Stroud is the new Sam Darnold, Jeff. He is the new Sam Darnold, and he has been this way for the entire playoffs. Let's start right there. Four INTs, including a pick six. I mean, dude, this entire playoff run, he looks like somebody that owes money to and is fixing a game. That's what that looks like, Jeff. There's no shot.
I didn't think it was as egregious as people think it is. I think it's a very much an overreaction. I think he threw the ball
between the last two games.
He threw the ball 47 times in this game. Out of those 47 throws,
he was down because he kept throwing interceptions.
Out of those 47 throws, I think 10 of them were bad throws. And one of them was a throw to Christian Kirk that he had wide open for a touchdown that he threw behind him toward the end of the game with a chance to kind of get back into it. So I thought there were some bad throws in there. I thought there was also some great throws in there as well, too, that he had. So I thought it was a mixed bag from CJ. He just had no time whatsoever. Every single time he dropped back, he was just getting absolutely mauled. And so what are you supposed to do? I feel like he didn't have a lot of options there.
You got to I'll tell you exactly what you do here, Jeffrey. Yeah, you might not have a lot of options, but you have the best defense on the planet right now. Now,
sure.
That New England defense isn't bad. You just literally have to do one thing. Don't turn the ball over. Take a sack. You can punt it. Your defense is going to be there. Drake May wasn't a highlight reel either. How many turnovers did he have?
I mean, they
4 as well.
They scored They scored 7 points off those 4 picks, right? And that's only because they returned one of them for a touchdown. So
and that's my point with the Houston defense. If I'm DeMarco Ryans, I'm going in there and I'm saying, CJ, I need you to be a game manager today. I just, I have all the confidence in the world, but let's be smart with the football. We just don't need to turn over. If you don't turn the ball over, you win 100%. I mean, to your point as well, Jeff, they only got points off of it. But at the end of the day, your defense was on the field the entire game. And it was just bad. It was just bad.
And it's tough being in the elements too. You got the rain, you got the snow.
The weather was bad.
I thought, I was talking about this last night. It's kind of crazy that not one home playoff game throughout the entire playoffs was played in a dome. Good. Every playoff game that was played outside. And you know my opinion on it. I hate that.
Yeah,
shit.
because
I feel like every game should be played in a dome. It gives everybody even playing field. But
okay, so with that being said, an even playing field, is that what home field advantage is about?
I understand your argument. I get it.
I mean,
fine. But you think home field advantage should be about weather?
I think it's an element. So let me ask you this question. The Bears Rams game.
Mm-hmm.
Did the cold weather play a factor in that game?
1,000%.
1,000%. So if that gives you a better odds of winning the football game, why I want to take that away?
Do you think that it played in the Bears' favor?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
The Rams, when they were practicing, were in 70-something degree weather before they came up. The Bears were outside practicing during this. They had him practicing earlier in the week with no heaters. I 100%.
They didn't execute any better. I mean, the Rams didn't execute great, but it's not like the Bears executed better playing outside.
But this is what I'm trying to say, though. We took a high-flying Rams offense that we expected, that some people were saying are going to put up 50 on the Bears. And
you were one of those.
Down to 17.
You were one of those some people.
100%. If you would have told me that the Bears defense gave up 7 points, I would have slapped you in your face, said that you're out of control. I just don't see why. Let's get back to this one, though. Kayshon Boutte.
What a catch.
What a catch, bro. I mean, let's see if we got the clip here. I mean, I honestly still thought the Texans were coming back from this, to be perfectly honest with you, until this play. Once this one hit, I'm like, oh no, I'm cooked. Of course, I had all of the what's this? I don't know what that does. Let's just do this. I had all of the bets, everything. Why does it do that, dude? Like, what? Like, nobody wants to see your grayed out screen. Obviously, I was very heavily invested in the Texans. I really thought they were coming back until this. I mean, look at this catch. Elements, like we said, secures it, the whole 9 yards.
Hell of a catch.
Beautiful. Defense, too, man. I mean, you can guard against that. Just great
Stingley,
defense.
It's funny. They only targeted Stingley once the entire game until that last possession right there. They hit him twice. He got a PI, and then that catch by Boutte on the outside on one of the best corners in all of football. So really interesting.
Absolute monster catch. There. And shout out to Drake May. I will say this. That Patriots defense is playing possessed. And they are playing very good. To your point, CJ Stroud under pressure the whole time. Didn't have a little while to go. Obviously missing Nico Collins.
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz goes out early as well. Again, you take away all of his blankets. But again, I'm just going to say it over and over again. As a quarterback, you just can't do one thing. You just cannot turn the ball over. And especially with the defense like that, you just can't turn the ball over. And their defense bailed them out what you just said. Bailed them out on all of the turnovers except for the one they ran back for the touch.
And they ran one back for a touchdown. I mean, he hits Hutchinson right in the hands. On a crossing route, hits him right in the hands, bounces off, pick. He hits Hutchinson at the very end on a deep ball where the ball's in his hands. He can't come down with it. I thought there was some throws that CJ made that were really good, but we're all going to circle the turnovers and remember the absolute abysmal part of it as well too. So
well, of course,
is
because
what it is.
What's up, dugouts? Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, quarterbacks are supposed to make throws. I mean, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
just didn't think his performance was as egregious as what everybody wants to say, but that's okay.
Jeff,
What?
4 turnovers in one game. And
Yeah.
then how did he have
threw 4 picks in the first half?
And how did he have against Pittsburgh? 3?
Yeah.
His last 2 games have been absolutely abysmal. Abysmal. John Allen goes into Denver, almost pulls off the upset, 30-33. The Broncos do pull it off. And the only thing that we're going to be talking about on this one, Jeffrey, is what?
They can't keep on getting away with it. And they're not, because Bo Nix is now hurt. So Bo Nix breaks his ankle.
Yeah. Yeah, chips his ankle. Weird. This is the play that everybody's going to be talking about, Jeffrey. Right here. Bills,
what did you have it
late
as?
Overtime. Here goes the pass. Boom. Caught. Down. Oh, wait. It's going to be an interception.
Yeah, I was at TJ's watching this, actually, with him and Ian. And
I thought this is absolutely egregious.
I thought it was a catch. I still think it's a catch.
100% a catch.
I don't understand how it's not a catch. He's down there, and then the ball gets ripped out of his hands. But the fact that he has possession, I feel like he has possession, and he's down by contact should be the end of the play.
Correct. But here we are, dude. And that honestly, that was a ball game right there.
Yeah,
that's called a catch. They're already in field goal range. Game's over.
Well, and then you have the Devontae Adams from last night, right? That they ruled that is a catch as well.
Which was a catch.
I don't understand. And then it's tough too, because then you get the pass interference calls. I thought Tre'Davious White was just going to split the ref in half. Good on him for just throwing his helmet and taking the 15-yard penalty and walking off. But it's tough because it's like Bo Nix just throws the ball straight up in the air, and Tre'Davious White, what's he supposed to do? I mean, I just, it's tough.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Tough way to go down.
And now you're going to get.
Go ahead. Then on the next down, 2 pass interference calls. I think it was 3 yards and penalties on that. And they sure looked like it. I mean,
Taron Johnson one, I didn't really agree with on the one on Cortland Sutton. If you look at it, Cortland Sutton's literally holding his arm down as he breaks off the line. And then they get Taron Johnson at the very end for a ticky-tack call. Just in that spot, it's like, just swallow the whistle, let him play.
Nobody wants to see that shit decide a playoff game. But
no.
Yeah. So the big news coming out of this one, though, is Bo Nix did fracture his ankle. Let's see if I can try to find that play. A lot of people are saying that it was on the kneel down.
Yeah.
Where the Buffalo Bills guy basically tackles him on top of him. Let's see if we can find the play here.
Patriots are 5.5-point favorites in Denver to start off with. It seems like a lot. It is funny too, because it's Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham was actually drafted by the Patriots to replace Tom Brady. And so now we're going to come full circle with Jarrett Stidham starting against the Patriots. And the guy who actually is the heir to Tom Brady and Drake May, with a chance to get revenge on the Patriots.
They definitely have full confidence in him, and he obviously is a capable quarterback. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. This is the play.
Try to keep it.
That one right there, apparently, somehow.
By Bishop, Tony.
I mean, whatever. I didn't understand it. Whether it was adrenaline, was whatever, but he still walked off the field fine, kind of limping, did all of his interviews, everything's fine, and then Sean Payton gets to the podium, is like, yeah, by the way, he's out.
Yeah, I agree, Chad. I think the 5.5 is just too much, especially for a home playoff game in Denver. Seems pretty disrespectful. Much like the line tonight, it seems very disrespectful.
Does definitely seem disrespectful. Yeah, I mean, everybody pretty much has written off the Broncos. I mean, what a way to come in, though, right? I mean, you come in the AFC Championship game. If you win, you get to go to the Super Bowl. Still 5.5 down here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that as well, boys. I think we might do a little two unit there and a little sprinkle See what we have going on. The account's getting low, Jeffrey. We've hit a bad run.
I haven't had my debit card all week, so I haven't been able to bet.
What's up, Warren? Welcome back. Yeah, so we talked about a little bit about Sean McDermott. Obviously, Josh Allen takes the grunt of this. I definitely
agree with
feel
you,
like
Chad.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's 4 points, but yeah, I don't know. I think the defense is enough to keep Drake May at bay, to be perfectly honest with you. Josh Allen, though,
he had some moments, but I didn't think he was objectively great.
No, Josh Allen probably had his worst playoff performance game, coming off one of his best. 80% Jacksonville. What was he on? 60s? I don't know. Obviously, the turnover. Again, I just feel like while he didn't have his best game, in my opinion, that's still a catch. And it's just wild, dude, that one call not only knocks him out, Sean McDermott loses his job. Like, bro. And I think I agree with Sean McDermott here. The biggest thing wasn't that they called it that, is that they didn't even review it. They didn't even look at it, which is why he called the timeout. Have them look at it. They still didn't look at it. They said, no, it's just straight up an interception. To me, that's a little funky, Jeff. That smells a little funny. Little funny, Jeff.
I gotta find this thing that I sent to my group yesterday, which I thought was hilarious. It's a picture of Josh Allen crying, and it says, "This is the same way that he watched Sinners."
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that is insane.
Chad, it's still +3 down here, buddy. Still +3 down here. I don't know. I don't know what to make of the Rams. And I don't know what to make of the Seahawks anymore. I mean, if you would have told me that the way that they played the 49ers, I would say that nobody has a chance against them. And then the way I see the Rams, the way that the Chicago Bears shut them down, I would say they don't have a chance either, which is probably why everything will do a 180 and the Rams will probably blow out the Seahawks, because that's the storyline. To me, there's just not enough there. I've been fading the Patriots the whole way. Why stop now? Because again, I feel like if you would have, let's talk about this real quick, because I mean, we're pretty much done with this one anyway, and there's really not much to talk about the 49ers Seahawks game, 6-41. But Jeff, let me ask you this question.
That one hurt. That one hurt your boy. That one was
I know. You were all over that one.
That's why fucking kicking the nuts, bro.
That's why I was just gonna skip right over it.
Good God, dude. I don't even know what happened. I don't know what happened. And then there was one Seahawks fan at the bar just screaming the entire time.
They got crushed is what happened.
And I had to be like, yo, you got to pipe down, bro. You got to shut the fuck up. I'm getting frustrated over here. That's what I said to him. I go, you got to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
I believe you. Let's go back to the Texans real quick, Jeff. Would you have benched CJ Stroud?
Mm-mm.
I don't think you can. I know there's been a lot, I know a lot of people saying, yeah, you have to. But again, I also agree sometimes there's been starting quarterbacks that have been for a half and then come back the next day and light it up, right? The next game. Mm-hmm. This is it. I mean, this is the end of your line. I mean, I think
he was fine in the second half, though.
Was he, though?
Yeah.
What was the second half stat line?
I don't fucking know.
Well, then how do you know he was great?
I watched the game.
Oh,
I watched every play.
You, Jeffrey. Let's look it up. Second half.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Sam Darnold only had to throw the ball 17 times in this game, they just ran the ball down their throat. They got to figure out that electrical plant. They got agents now reaching out and like trying to figure out what's going on. It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
It is. Can I just get the stats, dude? Like, geez, I don't need
You don't want to sign up for a service?
I mean, I got to watch a 15-minute ad. Like, what? That's awesome. When I want to show one of these clips, I have to watch a 45-second ad. Like, can I just get the second half stats? Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, 49ers get absolutely blown out, Jeff. I don't. I don't know, dude.
I don't know what to say.
Wow.
The fact that we couldn't get the over 51.5 as well too was another swift kick in the nuts as well. I don't understand because, like, did you watch the game at all?
Yeah.
I watched
Well,
like every
I watched
play
the
of it.
first half, and then I was like, "This ain't it."
Yeah, and like San Fran doesn't score in the second half. They put in Mac Jones. I thought when Mac came in, I was like, Mac attack, let's go, baby. I know there's no brakes on the rape train here. He's about to just punch this one in, and
They pulled Purdy in the second half.
They pulled him in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
The game was over. It was 41-6.
Yeah,
there was 3 minutes left.
As a 49ers +7 ticket holder, convinced by my buddies, I was at halftime. I'm like, nah, nah.
That shit sucks, bro.
And I also though did Jeff. I also took the Bills live. And I almost put it out into the universe on the group chat. It was like, did everybody follow the plan? Because I thought they were. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna hold off on that. Yeah, it was a half unit plus 225, and I thought for sure I had a bad day. Bad day. Bills to win, loss. Niners. I sprinkled the Niners money line as well, plus 750. Texans to win.
I'm not gonna lie. I took the Niners at halftime on the money line. I was like, oh, they're coming back in the second half.
Shanahan was not happy about a lot of things in that game as well. Tough. Well, let's get into it, Jeff. It is college football championship Monday today. The Indiana Hoosiers hosting the Miami Hurricanes in the Miami Hurricane Stadium. Has the spread? Let's look at the spread here.
Can we talk about how dumb college football is?
Oh yeah, we can absolutely. This has dropped to 7.5. So we have a full point movement here. Full point movement. I still love the Indiana Hoosiers. I don't know if they covered the spread or not. That to me is pretty much a coin flip. I think what it's going to do is it's going to test the heart of the Miami Hurricanes if the Indiana Hoosiers get out early. If they keep fighting, they might cover it. If they don't and fold up like Alabama, it could be another runaway. And I think I don't think there's any difference. It's either a 2-point or 3-point game, or it's like a 20-point game. And I don't think there's any in between.
Yeah, I mean, I think Miami just has dogs. I think they have dudes who they're playing at home for a national championship. I think they're going to come out ready to go.
And they're going to need to.
So is it going to be X's and O's, or is it Jimmy's and Joe's? Because Miami's got the Jimmys and the Joes. I just don't know how much I'm going to trust Mario here in a late game situation to do the right thing. But I'll definitely be rooting for the happiness of all my friends who are Miami fans for sure. You know?
Yep.
Not
I have
rooting
no dog
for Miami,
in it,
but I'm rooting for the happiness of my friends.
Yeah, I don't have any of my Miami friends, so therefore, I don't care. Go Hoosiers.
I got a ton of Miami friends, so
go Hoosiers. I just think it's just a Cinderella story, man. I mean, it could be one of the greatest turnarounds in all sports history.
You don't think Miami's a Cinderella story?
Might never be a Cinderella story. A convict story, maybe. A reform story.
25 years? They haven't won a national championship.
Has Indiana ever sniffed a national championship? No.
Facebook wasn't even a thing the last time the Hurricanes won a championship.
Well, I mean, I can't help that
there was no such thing as social media, you know?
Yeah, I do. I don't know.
What do you have planned for MLK Day?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this more. Actually, I'm not yet. I don't have anything planned, Jeff. Just hanging out the house. I might go for a run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I need to get back into something, dude. I'm just pissing away my health. I need to start getting. So I think I might go for a little bit of a run, get back to running, get some stamina so I can stop being a mouth breather. When you bend over to tie your shoes and you start getting out of breath, you realize that there might be an issue.
That's wild.
It's true, though. Or just even getting the angle to reach down to bend over to tie your shoe without.
There is a certain angle that you got to get down there.
There
to
is
make it happen. So
a lot of work, and yeah, when you're out of breath after that, that's just not a good sign. It's time to make some life changes. It's time, I'd like to be around. There was a point in time in life, Jeffrey, and I think all of us, especially men, go through it, where we're like, I'm not going to be alive by then anyway. Who gives a shit? Like I'll be dead by then, and as life becomes sweeter and sweeter, and you start working on your relationships and things of that nature, you realize you might want to stick around for a little while. So I think it's time to change a little bit of the diet, change a little bit of the exercise, get back into beast mood, get my paper right, get my health right, and take on 2026 by the horns and make it my bitch. And that's what I plan to do.
Rams money line right now, plus 135, split the difference. Over total is 47.5.
Chad, I mean, do you just think that the Seahawks are frauds here?
Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold is objectively not.
That's egregious too. What's on the screen right now?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's stupid. This is
think
where we're at. So
TJ's
back to
supposed to be going to but here's what happened is that if you were a season ticket holder, you could have got tickets like a month ago, and it was like $800 for lower bowl, right?
Yeah, right. If you could have even get into it, just same thing. I could have had tickets to the Bears game, but I had to go into virtual queue. Yeah, by the time I get in, all tickets gone. Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you what I was told.
It's a pipe dream.
The guy paid $800 for the tickets. Same tickets are going for 10 grand right now.
Yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
But nobody knew Miami was going to be there. Because Miami is there, that's why the tickets have gone so crazy.
Because all of the Miami kids have $3,000 to $10,000 to pay for their tickets to go support their school.
Miami is a private school with like under 20,000 students.
Would it be different if it was a public school?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why would it be different?
Who are the kids you think are going to private school? Where do you think they come from? They're not coming from the trenches.
Oh, so you just think the family has money, so the family wants to buy the tickets that they can. Maybe it's them.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's them. What about the regular fans, Jeff?
The regular fans who live in Liberty City and Hialeah. And by the way, I did watch The Rip. Have you seen The Rip? Netflix? No. Not bad.
No. But can I also pose this question to you? If that ticket is $4,000 a ticket, that would be $8,000 a ticket. And how much do you think that $8,000 is going to be when you get done checking out after fees?
Probably more than $8,000.
Yeah, it's going to be $10,000 a ticket. You're going to pay $2,000 in fees. It's just the state of professional and college sports is just an absolute shambles, if you ask me. Hate everything about it. Hate it all. Hate it. What's it? The Hawks got lucky once. Okay. All right.
Rams minus 2.5. I'm with it, Chad. And Chad, we trust.
I don't. I'll be the first one to come back to you on Friday, though, Chad, and say you were right. I'm sorry, on next Monday, I guess it would be. I'll come back, and that's the good thing about here on the Uninformed Fan is I stick by everything I say, but I'm also the first one to be like, hey, I was wrong there. I don't need to defend it, but
I just think it's crazy
it.
that we have the college football national championship today after the divisional round of the NFL. It should have already been done and over with. We should be. I don't know. I think Miami. Also, have you seen the stuff with Miami about their quarterback that they're trying to get from Duke?
$10 million.
Yeah, and they're having Adidas come in and supplement the payment to sign him to an actual contract.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just wild west here, bro. Like it's absolutely.
But here's the problem is that Miami's been really focused on what's going on right now. Obviously, they're trying to win a national championship. So I think when you do that, there's a certain part that kind of takes you away from the recruiting aspect. And because the transfer portal has been open now and they're looking for a quarterback, they've missed on every quarterback that they've tried to get.
I also think it's funny is Mark Cuban was on First Take this morning, and he was talking about that.
Indiana.
He was just talking about how teams that have to go out and buy players, he calls it pathetic and desperate.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's like, if you have to go out and be the highest bidder to get something, it's pretty pathetic. It says a lot about your team.
That's interesting that he says that, considering that he hosts Shark Tank and literally tries to buy people's companies to the highest bidder amongst multiple billionaires. Just
I don't think that correlates at all, Jeff.
what do you mean? How does it not correlate?
It's a correlate at all.
He's all for an open and free market, It does correlate. It's the same shit. You're trying to bid on goods and services.
Let's just hope this happens. Let's just hope this happens, Jeff. At the end of this, can we? Because the committee's also meeting this week to expand the playoffs, and apparently the Big Ten commissioner and the SEC commissioner are the two that hold the keys, and they are the ones going at each other. The Big Ten, the SEC wants to go to a 16-team playoff. The Big Ten says, "Yeah, we'll go to a 16-team playoff if we go to a 24-team playoff down the road." And the SEC is like, absolutely not. Why would we have 24 teams? And everyone across the board that has weighed in that I have heard has said 24 teams is absolutely ludicrous. What are we doing? So we'll see what happens. It might stay 12 for a while. The Big Ten will not concede to 16 unless it goes to 24. Yeah. Could you imagine that, Jeff? And I think who was the guy that we talked about that we both said could be commissioner of college football? We would both
Josh Pate.
He's like, well, first of all, he says that 12 is fine. He goes, 12 needs to be, let's keep it for 5 years and see how it works first. But I'm on the minority of that. He goes, but not only this, go from 12 to 16 and ultimately 16 to 24. Do regular season games matter anymore? I mean, if you're going to 24, you're going to have 4 lost SEC teams in there.
Yeah, I also think it's tough too because
this is basically just we want to get more Big Ten and SEC teams in. I mean, they tried their best to keep Miami out of it, and look what happened.
Well, I think also a big factor is this new contract with Notre Dame. As long as they're top 12, no matter what, they're in the college playoffs moving forward. So, yeah. So, I mean, if they're ranked 12th and all the other 1 through 10, right, they're kicking the number 10 team out to get to have Notre Dame come in with their automatic bid.
They got to alter the offset language of, there's no reason you need Tulane and James Madison in the playoff.
Well, but that language is already in there that's not coming out. So yeah, it's going to be interesting times. Let's see what happens tonight. It's going to be a very fun night down in Miami. I'm sure that the booze will be flowing in the middle of nowhere, by the way, because that stadium is literally out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, a lot of drinking and driving going to be happening. So,
dude,
be careful out there, people.
The most miserable stadium to get in and out of. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. You
try during F1.
So tough to get an Uber or a taxi or whatever and try to get out of there. It's so poorly staged. It's just.
And even if you do get out of there, you're just going to sit on the roadways because it's just
go
absolute gridlock. Except for the people that have police escorts, which Jeff, I didn't know this. Police escorts are not that expensive. They're not allowing people with tickets into the tailgating area. Cool. Did you know that? Like a police escort's only like $500. Holla at your boy.
I remember I went to Jay-Z Justin Timberlake concert there, and they fucking Rihanna and Lil Wayne both helicoptered in.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what they do. The F1, the owner, the big boys, they all fly in.
Yeah, they helicopter.
Or they have police escorts. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Look,
gotta get back to Brickell as soon as possible.
Miami-Dade County, $74 an hour for the police escort. Traffic escorts usually require 2 hour, 2 deputy minimum. So you figure $150 per hour, 2 hours, $300.
Pretty good deal.
I thought so. How I first found it out, it was because we always stay at that Four Seasons there at in Brickell for the F1
Cool.
race, and a lot of the owners and some of the teams and stuff stay there, and
Mhm.
a lot of the shall we call them rich important people from other countries, and there's always police staged out ready for the police escort to take them through the traffic to get to the track because it's so bad. We tried tailing one once, didn't work out very well.
My wife's actually at the one hotel yesterday and today. Comes back tomorrow for work. So
Breaking news on the uninformed fan: Zach Charbonnet suffered a season-ending knee injury. He is out.
wow.
Wow, I guess 3-time we were on the same page on that one, huh? That's big. Although Kenneth Walker III has been playing great, you got to have that to spell him out. I don't know. Might play into Chad's hands. Does the line move more?
Got it. All right. Happy MLK Day.
Everybody, have a
Go out
great
there,
week. If you do happen to be
Celebrate
driving out,
MLK. Drink,
this week?
smoke, cheat on your wife.
I don't think that's what MLK stood for, dude.
No. He was a great activist, but he did have
He had a dark side.
some unfortunate demons.
He had a dark side, which we all do. And if you do happen to have a demon and you're driving this
Speaking
weekend,
of
please, for the
demons-
love of God,
No,
stay out
wait,
of the
wait,
left-hand lane.
Wait.
What? Did you say speaking of demon and then you brought in the 3-time? Is that what just happened?
As he was ripping a vape. I just have a question, Jeremy.
Did you call him a demon?
He gets on demon time sometimes.
Are
I have
you
a question,
possessed?
Jeremy. Jeremy, I have a question.
Yeah.
How was
waiting.
Friendly Confines?
Packed. It was.
Did you have
insane.
a seat?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because I got there at 2:30 in the afternoon for a 6:30 game.
You got
That's
there
smart.
at 2:30 and you text me at 11:30 asking me if I was still out.
That's
Yeah.
smart. You know, Jeff, for the World Series, I got to the bar at 12:30 for the 7:00 game.
Yeah, it was nuts. When I got there, it was already about 70% full, and then literally there were people walking in at 5:40 trying to find seats, and we're like, where did you think you're going to find a seat at a Chicago
What time
bar
did
to watch-"
Gigantor get there?
Unfortunately, he was not able to make it. His wife is sick.
Oh,
He had to stay home and watch it by himself. Said
So who were you there with?
some of my old kickball friends that I hadn't seen in a long time. So it was a good surprise to go see them and hang out. And
They know? Did you know that they were going to be there, or was it just like a?
no, I knew they were going to be there. Yeah, I got invited last week, and then
Okay.
Gigantor actually met them last week, and so we traded one Jeremy for another Jeremy. So that's what we decided yesterday. 2 Jeremys just might have been too much.
I think that would be a very cool thing to do. Would be to own a Chicago sports bar in Florida.
let's do it.
They raffled off a Devin Hester signed jersey yesterday. That was pretty cool. They had
Nice.
the international Bears International Fan of the Year. Apparently, she's from England, but she was there at the party as well.
We just make
Really?
up shit now, don't we? We just make shit up, right?
No,
International Fan of the Year.
She
for
really.
Well, I
the
was
Chicago Bears.
Every team has.
Surprised she wasn't from the United States. Yeah, I think it'd be a good deal to own a Chicago sports bar here down in Florida.
I mean, the
Let's
one
do
thing
it.
one thing I did feel bad about. You guys know this because we're all in the industry. You know, everyone camped. So I mean, those servers were working very hard, and I saw what some of the people at my table were putting down for tips, and I'm like, that's just man, you guys are. They've been taking care of you all damn day, and that's what you're giving them. I'm like, that was pretty bad.
Even if you're given 20% at the point, it's still not enough.
It's not enough. No.
If you've been there for
Yeah,
7 hours,
I mean, I usually pay my tab in tip based off hourly
Yes.
that I'm there for.
I mean, my tab was 90 something dollars, and I tipped $60.
man of the people. I can't wait, Jeff. When are we going out for our first tab?
I don't owe you anything.
You owe me 2 bar tabs, and I owe you $20.
We'll call it a wash.
How about this? I'll tell you. I'll take one of the bar tabs off. You take care of me and the wife for the caviar dinner.
How?
Based on the pricing of the final tab, maybe we'll knock off both bar tabs.
No.
All right.
Why don't you
Alls
just
I know
come
is-
in?
All I know is
Just
I'm
come
coming
in.
into Kitty's one time and I'm going to rack that shit up. There's going to be like 45 high noons on there.
You can't even drink that much.
There'll be 5 high noons on there, and then you'll disappear without saying goodbye.
Irish exit.
There's 5 high noons in the first hour, dude.
And then we
All right.
never saw him again.
Yeah, well, you guys pissed me off. I got to get the hell out of there.
Bucket of pineapple. It was cold last night.
Yeah, it was.
It's cold all.
It's gonna be cold tonight too.
It is.
I'm not
Looking forward to
looking
working the
forward.
pool bar tomorrow.
Just standing out there in the cold. Where are you watching the game tonight?
That's questions for you, kickball legend. Obviously.
No, I'm asking you.
He knows
Oh.
where I'm going to be.
I know he's going to be right next to me. What are you talking about?
I'll be right next to my sponsor.
It is what it is.
I will
Where are you
be
watching the game?
in the comfort of my home with my recliner kicked back.
Sounds about right. See, and then you want to complain that I owe you bar tabs. It's crazy. It's just
How am I complaining? I'm just saying. I do believe all I said was, when are we going to meet up for exchange of said bar tabs?
When are you gonna leave your house? You hermit.
Well, figure it out. Maybe, you know what? Since the Bears are now out of it, maybe I'll come out for the playoffs this weekend.
The playoffs are over.
No, they're not. We have the conference championships.
I am off next Sunday.
I'm probably not.
Oh, here we go. Now Jeff has to work on a Sunday. Shocker.
Whatever. I was off Saturday, Sunday, Monday this weekend. So
Oh, I didn't get a text. Could have played some golf. Could have done some things. I mean, hell, I
It's
made
too
it through
cold out.
18
I wanted to
holes.
play golf today in honor of MLK Day, but it's brick outside. And if we went right now, we wouldn't even get 18 in. So
Why not?
because it gets started.
Sun doesn't go down until 6 now.
5:30,
6.
5:30,
6.
5:30.
Look it up right now. Okay, so let's do this.
It's going to
You
say
got
5:42.
Okay, so I'll give you that. So let's do this. If it says I'll give you 5:30, I'll take 6. Whoever's closest gets the other one in a nutshell.
5:42. What does it say?
Hold on. Don't show it yet. Do not show it yet. I'll take 6. You got 5:30. Whoever it's closest to, the loser gets a nut shot.
no, I'm not doing that. Come here.
Because you're wrong. Shocker.
Come
What
here.
is it? 3 times?
5:55.
5:55.
Come here.
Got save the nut shot. Don't bring in your children for support here.
Hey,
No,
listen,
no.
I just
Do
want you
not
guys
bring
to
in-
wish this young man a happy birthday. He just
Happy
turned 9.
birthday.
We just had his party.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Oliver,
birthday.
say hi to
birthday
the thousands of
to
people
you.
watching out there. Go ahead, plug your YouTube.
Happy birthday to you.
What's your YouTube?
Happy birthday, little Noah.
That's Oliver.
That's
but
Oliver.
Yeah, I had a 50-50 shot.
You actually had a 30%
33%
shot, and you completely whiffed.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
see,
bro.
this is how much I'm around. The distant guy doesn't get. That's going to be for us today on the Uninformed Fan. Hope everyone has a wonderful Luther King Day. The markets are open again tomorrow. To the Greenlanders, I really hope that you enjoy your transition. For everybody
What?
else, if you happen to be driving over this weekend, please, for the love
What are
of
you
God,
talking
stay
about? The
out of
Greenlanders?
the lane.
What are you talking about, the Greenlanders?